Greetings. Namaste, my brothers and sisters. This is a lesson about divine will, healthy boundaries, standing up for self and others, love in alignment with free will, surrender, desirelessness, balance, satisfaction, direction, purpose. If what I say resonates with you, great. If not, then let it fall away. My goal is to be of service to the whole, and I'm sharing this lesson in my life in hopes that it is beneficial in applying to your life. Here is a picture of my Gene Keys profile. You can get a free profile at genekeys.com. Recall from our last discussion that my radiance is tenderness, and this is an application of universal unconditional love, to be like the sun and shine equally on all people, all situations, all life, with the purpose of being love to all. My radiance of tenderness has the impact of a worldwide impact of universal love. Now we move into my purpose. This is Gene Key 40 on my profile. Notice that it is green and red. It overlaps between my inner drive, green, and my relationships, red. Gene Key 40 has the shadow of exhaustion, the gift of resolve, and the city or special power of divine will. The path between tenderness and divine will is my core stability. My radiance is balanced with my purpose. Purpose is my core stability, because the inner drive that sparks the radiance is supported by the divine will. This means my higher self, all ascended masters, all archangels, all angels, all universal beings of love and light, and the source of our being, the Creator, all support my drive to be universal love and the drive for my purpose. Being universal love also supports divine will, because love and wisdom is my purpose. As I evolve in the spreading of love and wisdom, so does the divine come closer to me to support me. Okay, so how does this apply to you? One thing I learned about life in third density is the power of free will. Free will is an individualized aspect of the whole divine truth, so God can experience knowing God. In one of my other videos, I talked about contrast bringing clarity. This is why good and evil exist. They are there for us to choose our polarity, whether lighter through good or denser through evil. The same is with free will. Free will allows us to choose our life's direction. This free will of choice is part of our journey, and therefore it is beneficial for those on a spiritual path to learn how to balance loving to all with free will. Respect of free will is love, because it allows another to make their choice. Not everyone is ready for your love, so respect their choice, which is the release of control and smothering, which allows for freedom and liberation. So my purpose is to be love in alignment with free will. It is very interesting I came to this conclusion before I even learned about the Gene Keys. It is learning gained through experience. Recall that tenderness is the ability to be love like the sun, radiating to all, and also seeing another's perspective to show compassion and empathy. This is beneficial in the balancing of love with free will. You see that others need their space, and you wait for the call to help. You can pray silently for their well-being. You can forgive them and yourself. You can pray for their protection, but you do not interfere with their free will. We are all equal sparks of God on our own equal paths. Respect those paths. Ask them what their heart tells them to guide them gently. Free will does not need analysis from the mind with his judgments. Free will respect comes through opening the heart, opening the tenderness. In the exhaustion phase, the shadow of Gene Key 40, we are tired. We spread ourselves thin without clear purpose or direction. We don't look from the bird's eye view of life. This was me during the period of 2001 to 2006. I was going through the motions. I knew deep down I wanted to serve others, as I was in the military to serve. But I did not know about love. Part of the unlocking of love in the heart is through inner work. You cannot love another until you can love yourself. As I began to love myself through self-forgiveness, self-respect, and focusing on my weaknesses to transform them, I was able to open my heart to be loved to others. This brings us to the Gene Key 40 gift of resolve. Resolve to be love and respect of free will. What is love balanced with free will? Healthy boundaries. Balance the love of self with the love of others. Respect another's perspective. We are all fragments of the same divine truth, so there is truth in another's perspective. Stand up for yourself. Know your limits. When your personal boundary is being crossed, stand up for yourself. Express that boundary. When another's boundary is being crossed by another and you see it, then stand up for others. Be the light that shines on the balance between love and free will. Be courageous to step out of the mind and into the heart in your life's experiences. It requires will to surrender to God, but the rewards are so wonderful in the end as your life begins to flow effortlessly. Have desirelessness. Have no desire but to do God's work, and your life will be amazingly opened up, and you will gain experience and have wonder and amazement. So how does this relate to life's experiences? I'll share my own, and you can see if it resonates with you. For example, in 2010, when I published the book 45 Free Reiki Attunements, I was excited to share. This was the love within being shared. But I did not understand the law of free will at the time. I did not include instructions on how to pause receiving an attunement, and I also inadvertently referred to another system when it was not my place to do so. In 2022, that lesson spiraled back. I pulled the books from 2010 out of respect for another's free will, but also expressed my clear boundary that I refused to let the service work of my life be destroyed, so I defended the website The City of Shambhala. Now I publish The Path of Oneness, and I included instructions on how to pause attunements when the recipient is not ready for them. I also remove references to the third party's work in my book because I respect another's free will. I take the perspective of another into my service work now. I ask myself, what is of service to the whole? How would the reader feel when they read the book? What benefit is my work to them? The same is with these videos. How can the viewer benefit from my life's experiences? That is divine will, the city or special power of Gene Key 40. It is the surrender of all individual will, all separation, to God's will. It is love in alignment with free will. Also, part of divine will is to go with the flow of life and do God's work. It is my purpose to spread love and wisdom worldwide. I published The Path of Oneness to keep this purpose going after pulling the old books out of healthy respect for self. I am an instrument of God's will. Life is in God's hands, so I follow the drive to do God's work. Spreading the love is through my generosity of providing attunements with divine support and also being a distant healer. Also, any acts of kindness I can provide, either online or offline. Spreading the wisdom is through these lessons and also the quotes and experiences mentioned in the Path of Oneness book. So my purpose is to be love in alignment with free will despite the catalyst. Respect another's perspective and balance the course of life's purpose to be love and wisdom. Go with the flow. The unified being of God must be respected. Cleanse your karma by balancing love in alignment with free will. The law of one talks about catalyst. These are life's experiences that cause one to polarize. As I am on the path of service to others, I am love in alignment with free will despite the catalyst. If a catalyst of experience makes being selfish the easy choice, I purposely choose for selflessness because I know that about the law of karma and also about polarity. Sometimes the choices are subtle and you have to recognize them as tests. All the hardships in my life I ever experienced or choices for love or not. As the quote says, the moment contains love. I have gratitude for the third party who forced me to pull the books because I learned about the law of free will. I'm also not disclosing the third party out of respect for their free will, but it was a life lesson. I also stand up for myself. I published The Path of Oneness to keep the drive to love going, and also established the City of Shambhala trademark to keep the website going out of my love for all of you. These are healthy boundaries. Divine will includes balance with one direction or purpose. My direction is to share love and wisdom worldwide, but also within my local community. I'm a distant healer, but I also lift another up locally when I can. I am satisfied because my life's work follows God's purpose for me. I receive energy from following the single purpose and aligning my life around it. I'm not exhausted or stretched thin because the work requiring versatility is supported by the one direction. Besides publishing books, videos, and managing the City of Shambhala, I also help with the hiring of medical staff and purchase of medical equipment for hospitals. This is a love in alignment of free will action. Every hospital management has their own idea about how to serve their patients, and I balance the need with the will to serve the patient. Another job is to work in an organic grocery store helping people eat healthy. I want people to eat healthy out of love for them, but I also respect free will, that everyone has their own idea about what they want to eat to be healthy. At the same time, when I see another in need or I resonate with another, I offer a hand to assist with love, wisdom, compassion, and empathy. I use alchemy to transform the negative into positive by focusing on gratitude and helping others find their healthy boundaries and their balance. Let us not worry about the outside circumstances, but rather focus on the inner attitudes. Why worry about something that might happen, but instead focus on what you can be thankful for? Our third density of choice always allows us to focus on the good over the bad. You just have to see life as choices to understand. Remember to keep the bird's eye view of life. What is your purpose? Then align your life around that purpose. In the end, we merge back to source, and it feels so good to be thankful for the opportunities to serve, to be love in action. Be satisfied with your life, and you will find inner peace. It is an honor to serve you by sharing this love and wisdom. With deepest gratitude to all of you, my equal brothers and sisters. Shine on in your life's experiences. Align your life around your purpose. You'll be so thankful and have much gratitude. Radiate. Be the love you want to see in the world. From my heart to yours. Namaste.